Hello and welcome to tonight's production of Hit the Bricks Episode 3. To see artwork for tonight's programming, follow us at Hit the Bricks Pod on Twitter and Instagram. Our show is intended for all ages, but may portray scenes that are rather intense for some audience members. You can find a full list of content warnings, as well as transcripts at hitthebricks.com. Stick around for Curtain Call, where we will present a preview of a secondary production, Valence, the urban fantasy show featuring espionage, a struggling hero, and a plot to control the city's magic. Now, having escaped the fearsome Kaleida, Jesse, Wallace, and the Sawhorse make their way to the Emerald City. But something isn't quite right.
So, should I just, ring the doorbell?
Hopefully it's in working order. The Guardian gets so aggressive when it's not.
Welcome to the Emerald City! Who are you and what business do you have here?
Guardian, I've lived here for over 100 years. You know me.
And I have to ask everyone the same thing every time. It's the rules.
It's me, the Sawhorse. I've come home and brought guests. I'm here so we can help the Scarecrow and Scraps and Bellina and the Woozy and...
I'm almost out of paper on my ledger. I'll just write helping. Alrighty, and you two are?
Jessica Hugson and Wallace Williams.
What brings you to Emerald City?
A sawhorse?
We were hoping to get back to our home in Kansas.
Been a while since I've heard that one. You know you're quite lucky. With the army gone, I've had to pull quintuple duty on all 4 gates and the palace. I'm about to have a shift change too, so, come in. Through those doors is Main Street to the palace. Sawhorse knows where he's going. I have to head to the southern gate now, but I'm sure the prince is expecting you. Goodbye.
Wait, did he say prince? What prince? Nobody said anything about a prince.
Beats me.
The people here seem less friendly than the Munchkins.
Like they're nervous or something.
Oh, I think I just solved the prince mystery.
What do you mean?
Look at this poster. Prince Jack wants you to report unauthorized magic to the Pumpkin Guard.
So Jack's calling himself a prince now. I guess that's his right.
Wait, this pumpkin-headed guy on the poster is Jack?
Yeah, he was built by Ozma to scare the Wicked Witch that was keeping her prisoner, and the witch brought him to life.
Wait, if he's running things around here, then where's Ozma?
Huh, that's a good question. I also don't know who this Pumpkin Guard is either.
Oh, look, a busker.
We don't have any money to give to them.
Money? In Oz? Weird idea.
Listen.
I know when I grow old, I'll grow like hazel in the cold, wet snow. Did not foresee a lonesome soul who would melt me even when the cold wind blows. A voice as deep as the river runs. He told me, sir, I've lost my gun, I've lost my home, and my stores are none. I'm a wayfarer with the waning sun. Well, I said, friend, please come this way to the camp where my He came with me in the shade of night, a pair of mossy eyes in the moonlit pines, a lion's mane and a tender smile, and got the wild of the mountain in you, child.
Yikes. Weak.
Ugh, those soldiers. They've got pumpkins on their heads. Or maybe the pumpkins are their heads.
Well, their faces are carved in, so they can't help how they look. Maybe they're nice.
Stop! Unauthorized music is strictly prohibited. One more note and we will throw you into the deadly desert.
Never mind.
There are other guards right in front of the palace, too. We're probably not going to be able to get in without the guardian of the gates.
So should we wait for his shift change?
That could take all night.
I can probably get in through the construction site in the back where they built a stable for me, and let you in through the service door.
Do you need a stable?
No, but it made Uncle Henry happy to give me a stable environment.
Ugh. Why don't we just go around the back together?
I don't want to attract attention with a group of us. I'll show you the alley with the service door, and then just wait for me to sneak y'all in.
Sounds better than nothing.
Okie doke, here's the service entrance. I'll be back in a jiffy.
All right. Thanks.
Please be careful. I guess we just wait.
Man, so much graffiti. This one says, Ozma lives. This must be what she looks like.
Oh, look. Scraps was here. I guess some of these have been around for a while.
Beware the wheelers?
What's a wheeler?
People who wheel, I guess. Sounds like a biker gang.
I'm worried about Sawhorse. Shouldn't he be here by now? Ah!
What on earth was that?
I don't like that sound at all.
Shh. It's coming from down here.
Stop following me.
Oh my. People with wheels for hands and feet. They've cornered that poor girl.
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say that these are the wheelers.
If you don't get away from me, you're gonna have a lot of tires to patch.
Isn't that a stolen dandelion in your hand?
I picked this from the street. You don't own the Yellow Brick Road.
Everyone knows that the south of the college is our turf. You crossed into our street and took what is ours.
Look, if this flower means that much to you, then you can have it back.
Always too late for that. Once you pick a flower, it's never quite as pretty.
We've got to help her.
I know, I'm trying to figure something out.
Leave me alone before I call the guards.
Nah, I don't think so. Wouldn't want the pumpkin guards asking questions about what you're doing with them flowers, would you?
Oh, sure. A girl picking flowers. How suspicious.
We've seen you picking flowers all over the city.
Plenty of enchantments need flowers, wouldn't you say, brother?
That's absurd.
We don't really care if you are a witch. But whatever you're making, we want some of it. Good magic is hard to come by.
And if I refuse?
Well, the authorities have been rounding up witches, you know. It'd be a real shame if you vanished with the rest of them.
No!
Wallace, wait!
Leave her alone. She hasn't bothered you.
Who's this? Another twerp who wants to be Yellow Brick Roadkill?
Hey, back off, training wheels. Don't you have anything better to do than pick on some kids?
I can handle this.
Well now, this party is just beginning. If you're inviting your friends, why don't we invite ours?
Come on, boys! Roll out!
Maybe they are a gang after all.
I had this under control and you made it worse.
We're only trying to help.
Now I gotta waste a whole dandelion on these breakless morons.
Why is the dandelion roaring?
Never mind that. Follow me.
Wallace, let's go!
But, Sawhorse!
Later! Come on!
No, they've locked it up.
What is this place?
My boarding school. Come on, maybe a window's open on the other side.
Wait, look. That one's cracked on the ground floor.
Give me a boost.
Okay, we're next. Can you reach the window?
Yeah, come on.
All right, I think we're in the clear.
Miss Kalala,
Professor Wogglebug, I can explain.
this is a place of higher learning. How dare you sit on the floor?
Bug. Big bug.
I thought I made myself perfectly clear to your mother when you enrolled. I will not tolerate any rule breaking from you. The pumpkin god is looking for a witch in the neighborhood, and you just happen to be late for curfew?
Professor.
This is the 4th institution of learning you've been placed at. I even overlooked the insult that Wogglebug Junior Academy wasn't your first choice.
Sir, I was...
And you two. What are your names?
We are...
I won't hear another word. Since I've never seen you in my office before, I'll send you up to your dormitory floor immediately. Consider yourselves lucky.
Well, I think...
Good! It proves your education is working. Good night. I am not finished with you, Miss Kaylala, yet.
What do we do now?
Lie low. The Wheelers probably told those guards about us. Let's try to find an abandoned class or common room or somewhere we can crash and then...
I guess he's done yelling at that girl. Let's catch her when she comes this way.
Hey! So, what did the Wogglebug say?
Oh, I've been expelled. They're shipping me off to my parents first thing in the morning.
I'm so sorry, really, I didn't mean it.
Save it. I... was late anyway and would have missed curfew regardless. I've got a private room upstairs, so you can both sleep on the floor or whatever.
Thanks. What's your name?
Lurleen. More importantly, who are you? You clearly aren't from the Emerald City. It's up this staircase, by the way.
I'm Jessie, and this is my cousin Wallace. We were trying to get into the palace to see Ozma.
Wait, what? Ozma?
Yes. The ruler of Oz.
Where are you from?
Kansas.
Oh boy. It's up this flight of stairs, top floor.
Kitty! Oh, wow. A pink kitty.
Yes, that's the cat that won't stop stealing my milk. So I let it hang out here. So, you two are from Kansas? Like Dorothy?
Yeah. I recently moved to her old neighborhood. It's a long story, but a storm sent me and Wallace here. To Oz.
When we landed, we found a trapdoor that led to an underground kind of kingdom where Scarecrow and the others were trapped. We escaped with the Sawhorse and came here to get Ozma's help. We need to get home.
Well, yeah, I can't blame you. Ozma can't help you.
What? Why not?
Because no one knows where she is. She vanished right after the Scarecrow did. Her son, Jack Pumpkinhead, is ruling in her stead.
So, are those pumpkin-headed soldiers his doing?
Jack decided to use some of the pumpkins he's been growing from his old seeds to make living soldiers because the army vanished. Unfortunately, they're very aggressive and very stupid.
I didn't realize things would be that bad when we got here.
After Dorothy went missing, everyone was so determined to help find her. The army got split into 2 search parties, both of those groups vanished, and so did Ozma and the wizard. Around that same time, a big flood happened on the southern border.
A flood? But I thought Oz was surrounded by a desert on all sides.
It is, but storms on the outside countries have been getting bad, and a lot of floods have taken out some of them. Like the land of Ev, where the Wheelers are from originally, was almost totally destroyed by a storm.
That's awful.
The damage was still pretty contained until the Kingdom of Dreams had its levee break, and the entire southern desert got flooded.
The desert community wouldn't be ready for that kind of natural disaster at all.
Yeah. And you know whose palace is on the southern border of Oz and overlooks the desert? Glinda's. Now, Glinda's castle is currently sitting on the bottom of a poisonous lake. No one can touch it for fear of turning into dust.
Glinda. Scarecrow told me that she's a very powerful good witch. She helped Dorothy get home the first time she was in Oz, but if her castle got flooded by the deadly desert, does that mean Glinda is...
No. Her castle has a protective bubble around it, keeping everyone down there safe, but no one can get to her.
What a mess. How are we going to get home now?
Well, maybe if we can get the Scarecrow out, he'll be able to talk to that wizard who helped him
Don't you hammerheads get it yet? Ozma is gone. The wizard is gone. Glinda is gone. There's nobody left in Oz who can help you, and probably no one who wants to. The sooner you get that through your thick skulls, the better off you'll be.
We've come this far, and we've already helped people. We know where the Scarecrow and half the army are. That's not a bad first step.
Whatever it is you're planning on doing, I'm sure it's going to be nothing but trouble. You can stay here till morning, I guess. After that, the room won't be mine anymore, and we'll all go our separate, disastrous ways. I'm going to bed.
Well, that was a novel experience, wasn't it? It'd probably be intense too if I had to worry about being thrown in jail every second.
Try to sleep. When we wake up, we can get back to the palace. Just trying to make yourself comfortable until... Wallace? Wait. What is that? It smells like... some sort of flower? Smells like it's coming from... a fully stocked kitchen. Talk about a fairyland. I don't know anybody with a dorm this nice. Where did Lurleen go? A fire escape. Full of potted plants.
Ugh, can't you just let me have a moment of peace?
I smelled something and I thought I heard a noise. I just wanted to see if you were all right.
I'm fine.
Okay. Well, I'm going to bed then. Oh. Hi.
Don't encourage her.
If you don't want the cat around, why do you keep the window open?
I like sneaking out and watching the city at night, but the window locks behind me, so I have to keep it propped open.
I guess I understand that. There was too much light pollution in my city to see the stars, so I'd stare at the skyline. I loved it there.
Well, I always wanted to live in the Emerald City when I was little, but now, this is just the place my parents shipped me off to. It's not my home.
Oh. How long have you been here?
Not long, but long enough to lose my love of the city.
I don't understand. Why do you put up with so many things that make you unhappy?
Isn't that what life is? This is the 4th school I've been to in a year. I keep having to switch so no one catches on that I'm a witch.
Aren't witches like a thing here? Why would they outlaw that?
Because the wicked witches that divided Oz really did a number on people's trust. After Dorothy defeated the last of them, plenty of anti-witch laws started going into effect. Most witches in Oz are self-taught, but I was born with power, and I can't always control it.
Hence the flowery tea in your hand, right? That's how you channel your magic, isn't it?
How did you guess? Was it the exploding dandelions from earlier?
No one should expect you to change who you are. Maybe when I talk to this Jack person tomorrow, he'll listen to reason, and then can...
No one's seen Jack out and about in a long time, and the city has just turned into something else. You could say I'm disenchanted. When I came here I was so young and green, but the Emerald Tower wasn't built for me. You could say I'm disappointing. Long story, but I ruined my mother's life. 'Cause no matter what I do, it's just not right.
I feel like that sometimes.
And no amount of herbal tea's gonna fix it. Just makes the pain recede. Still the root of it is gnawing at me, and it won't let me be. The magic's gone. It's too much, it's not enough to just keep my head up. The magic's gone. I don't feel it, can't receive it the way that I did once. You could say that I'm disgusted. Never thought I'd see the city terrorized. If I don't belong here, then where do do I?
I know what it means to lose something.
Well, at least you had something to lose. No amount of lavender oil's gonna fix this, just makes the pain recede. Still the root of it is gnawing at you, and it won't let you be. The magic's gone. I'm too much, I'm not enough. No, I can't measure up when the magic's gone. I can't feel it, I can't wield it the way that I did. And there's no magic potion gonna fix this, but talking helps me breathe. But even now, I feel like I'm holding my breath and waiting for the other slipper to drop. I haven't been home in a really, really long time. I'm sure my father wants me back, but my mother, she'd never allow it.
I get it. I left my home too because of my parents. I got into a giant fight with my mom, and she's due to have a baby. That's why I want to get home so badly. I used to be closer to my dad too, and my mom overanalyzes everything, which makes her impossible to talk to.
Is your mom a former princess that everyone loves, even though she's enslaved a bunch of winged monkeys for pulling a prank?
Well, that sounds extreme. Why would everyone love her if she's capable of that kind of discipline?
I guess it's because people conflate beauty with goodness. Listen, I probably wasn't going to get any sleep tonight anyway. Want to swap stories about how awful our parents are?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Come in. Oh, hello, sweetheart.
Hello, Sissy. The maid told me you were preparing for tonight. I'm sorry I'm a little early. I can return to the parlor if you'd like.
Of course not. Come in, sit, be comfortable. I'll be another hour at the very least. Oh, sweetheart, look at you. You've got such a pretty face. Why do you insist on hiding yourself under all those robes? You look like you walked here.
Well, I did walk here. It was only an hour from the Northern Library.
The North is your domain. You shouldn't have to traverse it by foot. No one is going to take you seriously if you keep acting like a vagabond.
Sissy, I don't think that really impacts my place in the North. I can help people looking any way I want.
Yes, but people conflate goodness with beauty and beauty with power. If you made the effort, people would respect your rule and not flock all over the good witch of the North, Lo Casti Poo, or whatever she's called.
Her name is...
I know what the old fool's name is. The first step in showing someone you don't care about them is to forget their name. They lose all power after that.
She's taught me so much, and the Gillikins love her. I actually wanted to speak with you about the... Good gracious, what is that?
Oh, the head of a gump, stuffed and mounted.
Why would you have that on display?
I know, it's horribly tacky, but the prince shot it and gave me the head as a trophy. Isn't it delightful how assertive he's gotten? Leagues away from the fool he was.
Oh, Sissy. The captain would have a fit.
The Oh, is that what our eldest sister is calling herself now? Ridiculous. Just because she's older doesn't mean she's in charge.
It's just a nickname the Winkies gave her because she's always wearing those trench coats, like a pirate.
I can't remember the last time I saw her get anywhere near water. She doesn't mind the way the prince handles the animals. In fact, she's already promised me a magnificent gift. Some sort of army of animals or insects or maybe creatures. Oh, but she won't tell me what.
A gift? What's the occasion?
You haven't figured it out? The prince is going to propose tonight.
propose, but you don't like him. You called him a pumpkinhead when we first met him.
Well, there's no doubting how close we have become. It's true, his mind is a tad hollow, but the emptier the head is, the easier it is to turn.
Well, this may be the perfect opportunity to talk to you about my idea. When you're queen, you'll be ruling over all of Oz. And that'll leave the South without a dedicated emissary. So why don't we just leave the Witch of the North alone, and I can rule in your stead in the South?
You? In the South?
The Quadlings are all so diverse and all have communities with vastly different needs. I think I can really help if I could just...
Oh, I see. So, the Witch of the North makes you feel inferior? You are the smartest person I know. But if you can't handle that old hag and the creatures up in the north, how do you expect me to take you seriously in the South?
I was just thinking that...
Look at our baby sister. She has really risen to the task of overseeing the Munchkins.
They fear her.
As they should. She is a fierce and powerful leader. She always wanted to be just like me, and now it's made her embrace her full potential. Both of our sisters have become incredible women. But you keep wasting these gifts we've been given on ideas, on fantasies.
I just think that we can be better. That's all.
Oh, why do you insist on making me lose my temper? You know how I worry about you. It's because I want you to be the very best you can be. Like us. Well, let's speak of it no more. Let's talk about wedding gifts. Our eldest sister is training some insects, or I guess arachnids, to be my familiars. Our youngest sister has promised me a special army of her own, using her talents over plants to guard the South. She's so inventive. Sweetheart, tell me, what are you going to give me?
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm sure it'd be better suited as a big surprise.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Well, whatever it is, it had better not be forgettable.
I'm sure it will live up to your expectations, Sissy.
This episode starred Michelle Agresti, PJ Scott Blankenship, Kaylee Moreira, Arthur Marici, Chad Ellis, Andrew Preston, Justin J. Bowen, James Oliva, Q Dyer, and Lauren Shippen. It was written and directed by PJ Scott Blankenship, executive produced and sound designed by Chad Ellis. Music by Catherine Haas, AP Harbor, Jeff Ball, and Jordan Bush. Recording engineering by Brandon Grugel, Misha Stanton, and Chad Ellis. Story editing by T.H. Ponders. Transcripts by Aaron M. Speckley. Art by Chandler Candela. Audio consulting and cleanup by Sage GC and Travis Reeves. Magic consulting by Jordan Beret. Special thanks to Davis Walden, Multitude, and The Whisper Forge. And now for a preview of Hug House Productions' Valence, an urban fantasy fiction podcast where corporations are trying to gain control of the city's magic, with few to stand in their path.
The pros and cons. A list. Weigh them in a list. Pro. You will be able to finally seek justice for what has been done to you, what has been made of you.
Mr. Alden, would you be interested in helping take down the people who made you live like this? Hiding your name, running away from things, having to do some petty crime just to pay your bills?
Con. Unless this is all a trap set up by your father and Riley, and you are finally ensnared and they kill you.
Magic, it's not a crime, Liam. There are people who want to have us forget that.
Con. You know who you are.
Not everyone who needs help wants help.
People don't just help without benefiting themselves in some way.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't try.
Subscribe to Valence now in the podcatcher of your choosing to take in the entire first season. Good night.